viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another video. People, in today's video, we want to discuss the topic of inside enemies, the enemy from within, the biggest fear of any people is not other people, it's their own people. Let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, like, subscribe. You know we're family, right? Holler. People, I've always thought about this, right? We always blame other people. We always look at other people's faults, right? We always look at other people's insecurities. We always look at other people's stupidity. We always look at other people's shortcomings and pitfalls and whatever you name it, right? And then we hammer on those points, right? Always hammer on those points. Then you make it repetitive and repetitive, and then it becomes believable. These people are stupid, these people are dumb, these people are this, these people are that, these people are whatever. Whichever people you're talking about, right? Whichever people. Then you believe it because it's repeated so many times that when you see a person from those people doing one of the things that's always repeated to you, and then you start to think like, oh yeah, that it's now really true. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Yeah, for sure. Now you begin to believe that those people, all of the people from that particular race group, are like that, right? Even though not everybody's like that. It's maybe only that individual who does those things or that thing or whatever you saw, right? So what am I alluding to? I'm alluding to the fact that in most cases, we blame other people for our own problems. And yet, it is the people that are within our own communities who out us as a people that then we look at them as the problem. So, for example, in the colored community, right? If I have to, if I have to be the one to start talking about all the bad habits that colored people do, well, not all colors, but just the general sentiment that other people have, like the stereotypical ideologies that other people have about colored people, right? And if I was the one to say, like, come up with all those um negative ideas or stereotypes that other races have about colored people, right? Because a lot of people come to you and tell you that, oh, Cape Town is racist. Now, when they say Cape Town is racist, they're not just talking about the white people. Nah, they're talking about the colored people. A lot of black people from Johannesburg come to Cape Town. They were like, Jesus Christ, the racism in Cape Town. Yeah, when those colored people are racist. True. We are. We are racist. Not all of us, but some of us are racist. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Are we proud of it? Some of us not. Some of us are. Some of us will tell you that's how we grew up. That's all we know. Some of us will be like, nah, it's not right. It's no, 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 no. You're racist, not I'm racist. No, 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 no. So you get people from any race group that will always speak out on the negatives of a certain race group, of that particular race group. And then that person who speaks out becomes the enemy. It's like now you are betting for the other team. It's like you're a sellout. It's like you are I don't know, you are a demon, a curse that was born into this race group that now they see you as this demonic person. And that is a sad thing, right? Because when you get a group of people or a race, whatever you call it, right? And they have a history of doing bad things or have bad traditions or bad cultural practices or bad norms or bad whatever you call it, right? And then you become this voice of reason, right? And then you be like, guys, why do we do this? We should stop doing this. This is damn wrong. The only reason why we do this is because A, B, C, D, and E. Now you thinking you are trying to, I don't know, decolonize, de, because most people are mentally imprisoned. So you think you want to free them mentally and show them the new way and this and that, and then you still become a pariah. This just doesn't make logical sense at all. So when you talk to people like, when you hear people like, when you hear people like this young up and coming, I think I would call him an activist, Peter Krill, and people like Dan Corder and America, a lady called Anna Kasparian, and a lady called Candace Owens. People that go against the grain, so to speak, that's the biggest fear that a race group, any race group, can have, is the fear of their own turning against them or turning on them. Because the least you'd expect from a fellow race person is for them to turn on you. Like, for example, during the visit to the White House of Ramaphosa and his politically business connected people, right? Cabinet ministers and the business elite, so to speak, right? To be honest, I was shocked to see Johann Rupert turn on, turn on to, just not a base, I wouldn't say attack, but the way he spoke about John Steinhauser, I mean, guys, that's like almost taboo, right? It's the same like when Ike Kumalo speaks out against the ANC, right? I mean, it's almost taboo. It's like, dude, what are you doing? We're supposed to be in this together. You're like, yeah, but you're pushing the wrong agenda. So I'm not in it. You know what I mean? And then this person becomes the pariah for outing the wrongs that you do or that you did. So the fear from within is much greater from the fear from outside. The mere fact that the people that know us so well are the same people that turn on us. And then that becomes the biggest threat to our existence. Because then it's like you're breaking up the family. This is the goal, the agenda, the mandate for our race, for our people. And you going against the grain. How dare you do that? A lot of black people worldwide, and this is colors included, right? We basically live by this adage, code, street code by snitches get stitches. So if anything happens in a black or colored society, or it's like it never happened, even though we know the perpetrators, we saw everything, and that's the worst thing that can ever happen is when your own people sell you out. Now I don't know what sell out really means in this context, because I'm saying people are outing out people for bad behavior, bad traits, bad cultural practices, bad norms, bad everything. But when your own people say that, it hurts more deeper than being outed by a person from another group or another race, right? And we all know that. Then the sad thing is this: when you are outed as bad people, now you try to defend yourselves by attacking that one oddball, right? And you're trying to make that oddball seem to be delusional, mentally unstable, I don't know, on crack, trying to call him all these derogatory terms or call her all these derogatory names. And it's a sad, sad thing that we have come to such low standards. I mean, for example, guys, when you go on Twitter and you hear white people calling out other white people for their wrong things, you hear white people just talking about slavery and how Jim Crow and apartheid and all those things were wrong, and that black people need justice and they need reparations, and black people should be, you know, treated equally, and all these things, right? And that no one seems to, the white people just seem deaf to those words, right? There's like no massive support for the lone wolf screaming out those things, right? Same like when, same like when, for example, let's give an example, right? When dictators in Africa are mercilessly ill-treating their citizens, right? Fellow African leaders stand by and just watch because we do not get involved in sovereign states' problems. Okay, I get it. But when that dictator's people are flooding your country, creating havoc, havoc in your country, when that dictator's actions are directly linked to the problems in your country and you still stay silent, then you too are part of the problem. And that's the problem in black culture. When I say black, I'm talking about colored culture too. Because we see it happening, we're quiet. We don't out it. We keep quiet. Because if you get involved, you can get hurt. And we don't want to get hurt. So the problems persist. And not only do they persist, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Same like we know our brothers, our uncles, our nephews. We know they're gangsters. We know they're thieves. We know they're bank robbers. We know they steal cars. We know they do this. We know they do that. But they give us money. They buy us groceries. They pay our school fees. So if we out them, how are we going to survive? We're not going to get these Louis Vuitton tackies. We're not going to get all these nice things. So we're not going to snitch on them. I mean, we don't want to lose all these perks that we're getting. So when the police come around, do you know who shot that person? We're like, no, we just heard gunshots. That's why we came out, but we didn't see who did it. And yet the person is actually hiding in our living rooms, under the bed in our bedrooms, because we know it's one of our own who did it. We know who did it. We know where they live. So the fear is not from an outside source. The biggest fear is always from within. And what we need to do as a people, we need to learn to say what's wrong is wrong. Let us now change our perceptions and do right for our country to move right. Because right now, the world, as I see it, is now moving in towards this dark, evil spirit. Almost every country just sitting silent as they watch evils being perpetrated across the world. Most powerful countries are doing as they please, with impunity at that. And people are just standing idly by and watching. It's like if we say something, if we do something, we're going to be next in the fighting line. So we don't want that. So we just sit it out and watch. We just pray and hope for the best for those people that whatever's happening to them. So you see, it's not just at grassroots level where this is a problem. It's even at the highest levels where even powerful people are quiet. People who can do something to stop the evil in the world are just standing by, waiting for their turn to combat evil acts, and then they can look back and say, we didn't say anything, we didn't do anything when you were doing those evil acts. Remember that. That's the way I see it. Everyone's in it for themselves. That's the way it looks to me. It's sad when life comes to a point where your conscience is so hurt, tortured, tormented, that your actions are even telling. You feel so guilty that you don't even know how to sleep at night because a part of you feels like you should say, you should do something, and the sane part of you is saying, no, you can't do anything because you're going to be in the firing line. And it takes brave souls to come out and fight against or rage against the machine, as you put it. So I want to send a big shout out to any and every whistleblower, any and every eyewitness who gives detailed accounts of what truly happens in volatile situations, in life and death situations, people who out corruption, people who do things for a better society, people who just want to make life easy and better for everybody. There's not many, but such people to me are heroes, and such people need to be protected at the highest level, if possible. Because at the end of the day, it's the people from within who expose the bad, rotten apples that are then seen as the perpetrators, and yet they were only just the voices of reason in trying to make society a better place. And then one day we wake up and you find out that that person is now a statistic, all because they chose to do the right thing. And it's sad that the world has now come to that. Let me know what you think about this video. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler.